Welcome back to Dummy Boy Finance. I'm Dummy Boy, and today was a day where boys turn to men. The sack starts to get a little heavier, it gets a little bit more solid because today was an absolute bloodbath. In honor of the bloodbath, I am wearing a red t-shirt because we saw absolutely no green today. First stock of the day, we're looking at Humble Inc. down almost 20%. Absolutely obliterated, broke down from our pennant. That is extremely bearish in the short term, and so right now we are trying to find some sort of support. Don't be surprised if we hit this 50-day SMA, but right now the markets are in flux and it should be a very opportunistic time to buy certain dips on certain stocks. I do believe TSNP is one of them, but you have to wait for a bottom. Don't just catch the falling knife. Second stock of the day, we're looking at SNDL, down almost 11%. We broke down from our key level of support. We back tested and we got rejected. So that was extremely bearish. Again, SNDL is on the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ is probably going to be the biggest hit index during this correction. And so I do see a lot more downside pressure here for SNDL. Wait for a bottom. Right now, we are trying to find some sort of base. Look for the 50 SMA as a first level of support, but I would not be surprised if we get down to these points right here at the 60-70 cents range. And so right now, depending how low the NASDAQ goes, SNDL could get crushed. Next stock of the day, we're looking at IGEN on the 30-minute time frame. So we were down 20%, got absolutely crushed, and we also broke down from our key level of support. And so our cup and handle has now dissipated, and that is not the pattern we are in. So currently we are on a downtrend right now on IGEN, but we found some nice support here on our 50 SMA. You can see when we tagged this line of support, we had some nice buyers come in both times that we interacted with that 50 SMA. And so we are trying to find some support here on IGEN. We've had a lot of red days the past couple weeks. And so if you believe in a company, don't get scared away from selling in the red. These should be opportunities to load up the dip. And so overall, I did buy some more IGEN today, and I will continue to do so if we keep dropping further. I just know that there are bullish catalysts on the horizon for this stock. And so if I believe in something personally and I have conviction, I will continue to buy even when people are continually selling. Next stock of the day, we're looking at HITIF, down 6.92%. Didn't get hit as hard as a lot of the other plays, but we did still break down from our pennant, and now we kind of are just floating here. And so we do have a level of support at around 70 cents that we held very nicely today. And so if we can continue to hold that level of support, that will show great sign of bullish momentum moving forward. And so don't be alarmed if we potentially even somehow backtest our 50 SMA here at 50 cents. But I believe because of the fundamental news that came out on HITIF, we will start to consolidate in this range, allow for this 50 SMA to kind of climb back up, and then that way if we do test it, it will be at a higher level. And so overall, not the worst day here for HITIF compared to the other ones. Next stock of the day, we're looking at Social Life Network on the 30-minute time frame, down almost 23%. If we kind of just look at it, we did close below our key level of support. And so until we climb back above this point, we are bearish on Social Life Network in the short term. But again, a lot of these OTCs have been getting hammered recently, so we should expect some sort of green in the next couple of trading sessions, but we could see some more downside in the short term. On a technical basis, we did close below a level of support, and so we need to see Social Life Network get back above there. Next stock of the day, we're looking at HCMC on the 30-minute time frame, and so we closed out the day below our 50 SMA, and so that is actually quite bearish. So we did make a nice move above yesterday, but then we got hammered again today, down almost 27% along with the OTC. So a lot of red today, common theme, we got absolutely crushed. These are very telling days as an investor or trader, how much you can stomach, how much you could take. And so as someone who's in the game, has some money on the line, I just love seeing these type of moves because it does test you as a human, because it is psychological warfare at the end of the day. That is what I love about the stock market. And so today, absolutely crushed here in HCMC. Next stock of the day, looking at ACDC on the 30-minute time frame, and a common theme again, we broke down from our key level of support, and now we are trying to find a base on this one. We don't really have any support though until about our 50 SMA, and so I actually expect a lot more downside here on ACDC. And so look for some support here at around 29 cents on the 50 SMA. Next stock of the day, we're looking at ASTI on the 30-minute time frame. And so we had a crazy run up followed by a lot of red days, and then we got rejected when we back tested. And so again, we are bearish again on ASTI, still trying to find a base. Could see some more downside pressure until we get back above this line of resistance. And so overall, we are just kind of waiting and watching all of these stocks. Next stock of the day, we're looking at HYSR on the 30-minute time frame. So we got absolutely crushed here today as well, down 13.51%. And that's been a common theme in HYSR for the last little while. We got rejected by our 100-day SMA today, which was very bearish in the short term. And so if you kind of just look at it on a grand scheme of things, we are well below our uptrend. We are below our 50 SMA, and now we are below our 100-day SMA. And so we could potentially see a back test of our 200-day SMA on HYSR, but it looks quite bearish in the short term here on Sun Hydrogen. Next stock of the day, we're looking at FERN Corp on the 30-minute time frame, down 27.27%. And now we did close right above our 100-day SMA. And so we are going to continually just kind of ping pong in this range, in my opinion. Now for FERN Corp, I see this 50 as a nice line of resistance, and we could potentially even get as low as this 200-day SMA as a level of support. And so for FERN, we are still just kind of waiting for it to eventually get back up to this point as a buying opportunity. But in this range, it does not look favorable for FERN Corp. Next stock of the day, we're looking at MJNA on the 30-minute time frame. So medical marijuana got absolutely destroyed, down 13.81%. We could not hold our level of support. We did back test our 50 SMA, got some buyers come in, but then we did close right above it. And so that is slightly bullish that we did close above and we had some buyers hold the line. Next stock of the day, we're looking at SPLIF on the 30-minute time frame, also down 16%, and we closed right above our 50 SMA. And so we have been finding nice support here at these levels. Let's see if we could continue to follow this pattern above this 50 SMA. But you can still see we are still very high up and overvalued in a sense, because a lot of our plays are still either above the 50 SMA or kind of on the 50 SMA. And so when you have a correction, we do expect to see prices even get as low as your 200-day SMA and maybe even below the 200-day SMA. Overall, crazy day if you did not sell and you held through the blood, because it might get bloodier the next couple days. And if you did not sell today, then I expect you to hold throughout this entire duration, because you are going to get tested and it's going to get challenging. But if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like. We are on that road to 10K subs. So if you made it to this point, feel free to hit that subscription button. This is Dummy Boy Finance. I'm Dummy Boy, and I will see you guys in the next one.